final arcing. I find my feet 4 to 8 inches apart. The heels are in and the toes are out. As my tailbone draws down, the hip points draw up. I hinge from the hip as if I were to take a seat back. I begin to roll through the spine into a forward fold, addressing the thoracic and the C curve. As my hands come to meet my knees, I stop here, addressing the C curve of the upper back. Audible inhale through the mouth, sucking up air, inhalation into the upper back. So feel the upper back fill with air as you inhale once more. Fill the upper back with air. Scapula begins to separate. Audible exhale fully. Once more. Full inhalation through the mouth. Audible sucking up air into the upper back. The thoracic C curve. Opening up the upper back. When you are full with inhalation, exhale fully. Press into the feet to begin to roll up. When I find myself to neutral, I move into a back bend. The chest opens, sternum reaches, palms external rotation. Gaze comes with you. Open up the chest, press into the feet. Exhale, come to center. Let that integrate. Inhale. Arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. All the way deep, bend in the knees. Forward fold. In your forward fold, the head is heavy. I plant my hands, and if I need to, I deeply bend the knees. The hands allow you to tilt your weight forward onto the toes. Feel the weight tilted forward, weight on the toes. Now press the heels to the ground. Micro bend in the knee, forward. Feel the weight on the toes here in your forward bend. There should be an active feeling as you tuck the tailbone up instead of pushing the knees back to straighten the legs. Feel that your weight comes forward onto the toes, engaging the hamstrings and the glute. Untuck the tailbone as it tips up. Forward fold. Breathing, full inhalations and exhalations. Hang over, hang heavy, hang out in your forward bend. Shake the head yes. And then shake the head no. Now squeeze the lats back as the triceps begin to wrap in towards each other. Breathe into the upper back. And then exhale. Release fully. Interlace the fingers behind the back of the head as you gently nudge the chin to chest. Look at the belly button. Creating space in the back of the neck, deep bend in the knees, dull sensation in the legs. Good. Breathing. On the next inhalation, release the hands to the floor, flat back. Keep the back of the head neutral. So you're not looking up to compromise the back of the neck. So the back of the neck is neutral, flat back. Exhale, fold fully. Press into the feet to roll up vertebra by vertebra. Tucking the tailbone, press into the feet, ground force reaction as I begin to rise, rolling slow articulation through the spine. As I come to neutral, Find the back bend. External rotation through the upper arm bone, palms open. Now arms at the side of the ears, press into the feet. Extend the arms, reach. Exhale, come to center. Allow that to integrate. Breathing full inhalations and exhalations here. Feet still at the 4 to 8 inches apart. I'll roll my shoulders back. The arms come in line with the shoulders. As my left arm moves into internal rotation, I extend and reach through the right fingertips. Slowly come back to neutral as the right shoulder moves into internal rotation. The palm moves up towards the ceiling or the sky. Breathing, full inhalation into the upper back. Exhale, make the transition opposite side. Left shoulder internally rotates as the palm moves up towards the ceiling. Inhale into the left shoulder, the left rib cage. Breathe. Once more, exhale, come through center as the right shoulder internally rotates. The right palm moves up towards the ceiling. Full inhalation through the mouth. Once more. And you just dynamically move through that 2 times on each side. And come to center. Interlace the fingers overhead. Bring the feet to touch. The feet are to touch. Pick up the toes. I press into my left foot as I extend through the left fingertips to side bend towards the right side. Breathe into the rib cage. Audible inhale through the mouth, sucking in air. Exhale, press into the left foot more to find more extension through the left side, opening up left side body. Exhale, come to center. Extend the fingertips more as you press into the right foot to initiate the extension through the right side. The right fingertips extend forward as you take the side bend towards the left side, opening up the right side body. Feel the QL and the oblique open as you keep pushing into that right foot to gain more length. Come to center. Exhale, release, big shoulder rolls. Feet come apart 4 to 8 inches apart, finding your neutral. Big shoulder rolls. When you find that the shoulders are towards the ear, hold. And then exhale, depress the shoulders back and down. The palms are forward. Inhale. Exhale. Slow articulated shoulder circles. Inhale. Shoulders to the ears. Exhale. Depress the shoulders down the back as you externally rotate through the upper arm bone. Once more. Depress the shoulders down the back as you engage the lats. Palms are open. Breathe. Now bring the hands onto the rib cage as if the thumbs were to meet. Feel the last rib bones here. So get a sense of the lower rib cage. As you inhale, you feel the expansion of the rib cage. As I exhale, as if I were to touch my palms. My palms would come to touch. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. 2 more. Feeling the full diaphragmic breath here. Expand the ribcage. Exhale. Feel the contraction. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the expansion and exhale fully. Articulated hip circles. Come to find a wall. Left hand on the wall. So the left hand is in line with the left shoulder. My foot is pressing into the four corners of the feet as the hip point moves forward. I am finding this neutral position in my pelvis. I press into my hand. Left shoulder in line with the left ankle. As I pick up the right knee, strong flex, and the right foot, come to external rotation. Internally rotate. I want to check in that I'm not compressing into my QL to find this height. I'm only working within my own range and boundaries. Check in that you remain in the neutral by having your both hip points forward. Internal rotation. So slow, embodied awareness of your movement. We're working in the hip joint, the right hip joint, mobilizing the right hip joint. Make a fist with that right hand. Tension in the palm. So the knee moves in towards me. Keep the pelvis, so the right sit bone pointing down towards the floor. I externally rotate, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Tension slow and controlled. Strong flex through the back foot. Internal, external, internal, in towards me. Now we reverse that, so the right foot presses back, externally rotates, internal rotation, external rotation. Slow and controlled, really press into that standing leg. Micro bend through the left knee, last time. Release that right foot to ground. Opposite side, right hand in line with the right shoulder. So you can keep a bit of a bend through the right elbow. My right foot is in line with my right hip. I find neutral through the pelvis. Tuck the tailbone. Pick up the left knee. Neutral, so left sit bone points towards the floor. There's a tuck through the pelvis. We're not in our QL here. There's a tuck through the pelvis. Internal to external rotation. Make a fist with the left hand. Strongly press into the right foot. Internal rotation. External rotation. Internal. External. Work within your own range. Slow and controlled. Find tension. You should be shaking here. Really squeeze the left hamstring. Once more in this direction. Tucking the tailbone. Keep a micro bend through the standing leg. Breathing. Press the foot back. Strong flexion as you externally rotate. Internally rotate. Slow articulated circles. Once more. Breathing slow, slow, slow. And release. Dancer pose with more emphasis on the hamstring. So find the feet in your neutral, 4 to 8 inches apart. I press into the left foot. Press into it, feel the four corners of the left foot as I hinge forward. I begin to sweep that right foot back. Both hip points move towards the floor. Hinging, feel the hamstring and the left glute engage. As I bend the back knee, I press into the back foot. So there's strong flexion in the back foot. Both hip points move towards the floor, engaging the hamstrings here in dancer pose. Begin to come up, hands to chest in prayer. Breathing, strong flexion through that standing, pressing foot here. Feeling the right hamstring, feeling the left glute. There should be shaking through the standing leg. Find your gaze, hinge forward, extend the leg. Arms extend, hands in line with the shoulders. Breathing, press back through the foot. Both hip points towards the floor. Exhale, begin to sweep that leg forward. Strong flexion through the right foot, picking up that right leg, straighter, stronger right leg as the right sit bone points towards the floor. And release. Shake it out. Now with the right foot, find your focus. I begin to hinge. Both hip points move forward. Strong flexion through the left foot. Begin to bend the knee to 90. As I have that strong flexion, I'm pressing up to engage the hamstring. Hinging. Finding your gaze. Feeling the hamstrings. Chest can come up. Feel the back bend here. Keep that strong flexion through the left foot, squeezing that left hamstring. Feel the right glute turn on, both hip points forward, neutral through the hips, hinge forward. Begin to release that left leg. Slowly bring that left foot forward. Extend the left leg. Try to neutralize in the hips. Strong flexion through that left foot. And release. We'll move into a sequence for the rib cage. Find yourself in a plank. In plank, I'm pressing my heels back as if they were a wall. I tuck the tailbone. Shoulders are in line with my hands. I want to check that I am shoulders distance apart. Grab the external edge of the elbows. Come up. Full plank. Roll the shoulders back, press the floor away. Breathe into the abdomen. For once more. Press the floor away, press into the heels, straighter, stronger legs. On the inhale, I bring my left foot forward just to meet the hip in external rotation. So I'm in this modified side plank. Pick up the hip. Extend the left hand. As I draw that right hip to the floor, the left hand comes to meet the knee as much as possible. The bottom knee, I extend and exhale. Tap the right knee. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Check in that the right hand is in line with the right shoulder. I'm feeling my right oblique here. Extend the arm. Exhale last time. Inhale. From here, as I push the floor away, find the protraction through the shoulders. I try to reach my hand towards the left side of the mat. Breathe into the left rib cage. And exhale, come back. Release the right hip to floor. Take a moment. Inhale, come up. Reach the left hand towards the left edge of the mat. Keep pushing the floor away. Feel the left rib cage and the lat. Exhale, last time. Inhale, reach. Slowly, mindfully come to center, come to down dog. So press the hands away, engage the lats, chin to chest. Breathing, deep bend in the knees or heels to floor, push the chest back. Opposite side. So in that plank, hands in line with the shoulders. I'm pressing into my heel, shoulders over, engage through the lats, breathing into the abdomen. Slowly begin to draw that right foot to meet the hip external rotation. Find your modified side plank. I extend my right hand as I slowly release to the floor. Right hand taps the left knee. Exhale, push away, extend. Feel the left oblique. Exhale, release. Inhale, over. Press the floor away. Left shoulder in line with the left hand. Exhale, release. Inhale, over. Exhale, release the left hip to the floor. Tap from here. Right hand reaches towards the right side of the mat. Breathe into the rib cage. Breathe into the left oblique. Opening up the right lat. Exhale, release. Keep pushing the floor away. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, reaching the right side of the mat. Hold here for 3, 2, 1. Release to the floor. Find that your legs are exactly about mat's distance apart horizontally. I untuck my tailbone. So in a pancake position, I untuck my tailbone so I feel the pelvis tilt in an anterior tilt. So I roll the shoulders back. I exhale, the hands trace forward. Extend. Strong flexion through the feet. Exhale, chin to chest, feel the protection through the upper back as I roll to come up to neutral. Anterior tilt, flexion through the feet, keep a micro bend through the knees. Exhale, trace the hands forward. Strong flexion, press the heels into the floor to keep the hamstrings active. So you're really pressing the heel into the ground to keep the hamstrings active. I'm in anterior tilt in the pelvis. Keep pressing the heels into the floor as I extend my fingertips forward. Press into the hands, engage through the lats, the shoulders press back into the shoulder girdle. Now I'm active through my arms. I find the protraction through my upper back. Breathe into the upper back, audible inhale. Keep pressing the heels into the ground. Press into the hands, tension through the body. Audible inhale through the mouth, puffing up the upper back. Feel the scapula separate. Exhale, find more depth, more range. in your forward fold. Last time. Come up just an inch up. Press into the hands. Wrap the shoulders back and down. I'm engaged through my lat. Anterior tilt. Micro bend through the knees. Press the heels into the floor. Active through the arms. Protraction through the upper back. Audible inhale, exhale. The chest is open, the sternum reaches forward. Inhale, change your chest. Exhale, chest open. So spinal articulation on the ascend, chin to chest. Inhale, chest open. Feel the arching through the chest. Open through the back. Exhale, chin to chest. Push back onto the sit bones as you are now in neutral. Onto your back. Supinated onto your back. Bring the knees into the chest. Apanasana, try to descend the lower back to the ground as much as possible as the chin moves, as the knees move towards the chest. Right hand behind the head. Now lengthen the back of the head so the back of the neck is lengthened and in a neutral position as much as possible. I extend my left leg, single-legged Apanasana. Squeeze. Now the hands move behind the back of the knee or lower down the thigh to be modified. I strongly flex my right foot. Now extend, point, point, point. Ankle therapy, also opening up the calf. Flexion, extension, flexion, extension, deflection, hold. Extension. Now create slow ankle circles. And soften your gaze, unlock the jaw, release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Reverse that circle. Release. Right leg to floor, left knee in towards the chest. Now I'm squeezing the left knee. Breathe into the top of the thigh, extend the left leg, flexion through the left foot. Keep the pelvis in neutral. Interlace the fingers behind the back of the left thigh. I push my thigh into my hands. So I'm not straightening and hyperextending through the left knee. I push the back of my hamstring into my hands for feedback. Now, the heel is strongly flexed, opening up the calf. Point, extension, flexion, extension. With intention, somatic awareness, point, 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 flexion, really press through the heel, flexion, flexion, extension. Now create circles, slow articulated ankle circles. Breathing. Now reverse that circle. And slowly, mindfully begin to release. Hug both knees. Both knees bent 90 degrees. I press my hands into the floor as I draw my hands away, my shoulders move away from the ears. I try to ground my lower back as much as possible. Tuck the tailbone. As I begin to draw, come up vertebra by vertebra, I keep the tailbone tucking towards the backs of the knees. I keep extending my fingertips as if I were to touch my heels. The back of the neck lengthens. Press into the feet. Exhale, slowly begin to release. Once more, extend through the fingertips, lengthen through the back of the neck. As I press into the four corners of my feet, I tuck my tailbone. I begin to roll up. Tuck the tailbone deeply. Hold. Press into the floor. Engage the hamstring. Slowly release. Bend both knees at 290 degrees as we move into happy baby. Deep bend through the knees, the heels point towards the ceiling or the sky. I interlace my arms around the back of my calves and grab the external edge of my feet. As much as possible, I'm lowering my lower back. My lower back is grounded to the floor. Deep opening through the hip. If this is too much, your modified is just holding the external edge outside of the knees. Three more. Slowly come to center. Both knees bend to the left. Both hands come to meet. As I trace my right arm through a circle of the palm facing the floor to externally rotate the palm to the ceiling, I'm looking at my left hand, my right hand. I'm in a supinated twist. Both knees are stacked. The hips are in line with the shoulders. Extend through the right hand. Extend as you pick up just an inch or two off the floor. Extend, extend, extend through the fingers. Feel the rib cage open. Descend the right shoulder to floor, but extend the fingers further, just an inch off the floor. Exhale. You slowly work through that circle, external into internal. The palm meets the ground to touch the left hand. Now come onto your back. Opposite side, so both knees will drop to the right. Both hands are stacked. Both hands are stacked. Left palm facing the right, facing the floor as I work through a shoulder circle. Reach, reach, reach when you're in line with your ear. Extend as the palm flips towards the ceiling. I look towards my left hand. The left shoulder is grounded. Left palm grounded. Feel that you're in line with your hips. Supinated twist. They say you're only as young as your spine is flexible. Inhale. Pick up the hand. Keep the left shoulder grounded. Extend through the fingers. Extend. Feel the space through the shoulder. The opening through the bicep and pec. Reaching. And release. Slowly, mindfully trace the shoulder. When the left arm meets the ear, you internally rotate, palm faces the floor to meet the right hand. Slowly begin to roll onto your back. So you're on your back. I reach my arms overhead. I extend through my heels. I press my heels into the ground, extending the fingertips forward. Overhead, extending, finding more space through the shoulder joint. Now, I tuck my chin, I look forward. My hands are still in line with my ears. I'm really pressing into my heels. Strong flexion through the feet. Tuck the tailbone. Strong flexion. Feel your C curve. Spinal articulation addressing the core. Roll up. Come to touch the toes. Inhale, arms overhead in line with the ears. As I tuck my tailbone, I begin to roll down. So it's a spinal articulation addressing the core. Strong flexion through the feet. I press my heels into the ground for feedback. I extend through my fingertips. Chin comes to chest. Tuck the tailbone. Press into the heels. Chin to chest. Extending the arms forward. Slow articulation. Feel the C curve. Fold forward. Extend. Arms in line with the ears. Begin to roll back. Feel the C curve. Slow, slow, slow through the spine. Strong flexion through the feet. And bring the arms back. Extend. Knees to chest. Roll to your side. Find yourself in a cross-legged seated position. Right hand, fist, left hand over fist. Thank you for joining me.